One. Blast off. Hey, good evening. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ocean Spit, a little show about big things. I hope you guys are having a great day today. And it is Thursday, May 8th. And it is a sunny day, but it's a little windy out there, folks.
Yeah.
It's Toxic Thursday with Carol Brandolino is in the house, folks. Carol, how you doing, dear?
I'm hanging in there. Like 3 hours of sleep I got. And I just couldn't sleep last night. I was worked up. A great time last night.
It was, and I want to thank you for being there and helping us out with the speakers and stuff like that, and helping us out with the trivia questions and everything like that. We'll get into it. We'll get into the
Yeah,
whole thing, but let's
for
just
sure.
get into real fast. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, our great friends in the military, our veterans, and of course, people like you who make every day of this show happen and made last night a big success. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm very humbled. It is showtime. Let's go to work. Thank you. Oh, okay. Almost wish today was like Sunday. Anyway, we are here, folks. It's Thursday. Right? I mean, my God. Um, anyway, what can I say? It's Toxic Thursday. Carol Brandolino's with us. Carol, how are you doing? Let's get right real fast to my good friends from Ace Hardware. And there's so
Mhm.
many people to thank. And first of all, I want to thank Raffaello and Jackie showing up for the JRC Ace Hardware stores yesterday. Norridge Displays, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, Mesa, Arizona. They have so much stuff going on, folks. Make JRC Ace Hardware stores your grilling destination. They have a large variety of grills on display with free assembly and delivery on all grill purchases, $3.99 or more. And check out their large selection of rubs, spices, and barbecue sauce. Save $50 on the Blackstone 2-burner grill, now only $2.99. Formerly, it used to be $3.49, folks, and 25% off any Blackstone accessories for the grill, which is pretty cool. Save 10% off when you buy 3 or more assorted spices and rubs. So if you buy 3, you get 10% off, and saved $100 on the new Tangier Woodridge, including Wi-Fi new grill, folks. $7.99. That's right, folks. But you can save it now. It's $6.99. So get yourself some specials there from Ace Hardware, folks. And congratulations to Ace Hardware opening their brand new stores, Fox River Grove, Illinois, and Richmond, Illinois. Our good friends from Ace, helping neighbors before their neighborhoods. Again, thank you, Raffaello, for showing up, and Jackie, the two owners. Sometimes people send in their employees. These guys actually came themselves to the
Mhm.
5-year anniversary. So thank you, Ace. So let's get right to some thank yous, of course. The return of Laura Ocean, my wife coming back. She seems like she had a good time last night, which was very
Yep,
cool.
you did.
And people, yeah, it was great. But I need to thank a couple people, of course. Thank you, Carol, like I said, for helping out. I appreciate it very much.
Yes, of
And
course.
making with the Tuesdays and the Thursdays and everybody that putting this all together, it really makes a fun time to be this to have this kind of job doing this kind of stuff that we do.
Mhm.
But I want to thank my buddy Donnie Morrison. Donnie was the liaison between Village Tavern in 901 West Wise Road in Schaumburg yesterday, where we had the Ocean's Pit 5-year anniversary bash. It was just up for grabs. It was fun.
Yep.
I want to thank John, the owner. What a great man! Now, you know what? Look, this guy gave chicken fingers, French fries, the sauce, and then cocktails. He just kept handing out coupons for cocktails. I've never seen a bar ever do that. Go ahead. Here, I mean, the roll of drinks was like, Carol, the roll that was like this of coupons.
Yeah, I had to ask. I had to ask who's the owner, because when I met him in person, I said, "Is he Greek?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "What the hell happened to you? Like, where did you come from?" Because they don't hand shit out for free. Okay, I was like in shock. I was looking. I said, "Are you really Greek?" He was born there, and he didn't come here till he was like 19 years old. So he's as Greek as they come, and he's a nice guy.
I could not believe that. I was shocked too. And then he goes, when I first, the deal was that there were the people were going to get in for the people who watched the show, who came part of the live remote. And we're going to give out at 6:30. We're going to bring out the chicken fingers and the French fries and the sauce, which they're very popular for. You know what I mean? And then you're going to have a few drinks to give some of your friends and some of your sponsors, which is fine. And then they gave us a whole roll. We were handing them out to anybody who wanted them. I mean, it was just completely insane.
Yeah, it really was. But that was a party. That's what made it so many things made it a party, but that was really nice. And it really did show appreciation for your listeners and your sponsors. It was great.
It was fun. And everybody here, folks, I want to say hello to everybody. Jerry Maselli, thank you, Jerry, for the weight thing, for working out. And look, look what he got, Laura. A Yankees purse.
Oh,
this is actually from the MLB. This is actually from the Yankee neighbor. You know, this is like not a knockoff somewhere on Maxwell Street.
Yeah, that's very nice.
She just loved it. Thank you so much for that. Kim Peterson, a few watching. Thank you, Kimmy, for the that I can keep these in my car. She said these small little bottles.
Oh, that's smart. Keep them in your car, Jody. Right in your
keep them in the car. You guys and Jeanette and everybody's showing up. Jerry, thank you. Carol Minotti, great seeing you last night. The professor, Daryl and Sonia was there. Jerry Spins, thank you so much. I'm going down the line. Kim Peterson, thank you for that. Tommy McIntosh, what's up, brother? Yeah, tell Joe he can sing Love Boat anytime. Gina, thank you so much for coming there with Carol there, and make sure she got there on time and everything. And Emo from Florida, thank you guys. Wow. I mean, the list goes on and on. I need to thank, holy cow. First of all, like I said, Donnie Morrison. I want to thank Mayor Tom Daly, the mayor of Schaumburg, who came by. He's been a big supporter of mine in a lot of events. Tom is one of the great politicians out there. I mean, he's not really a politician. You can talk to Tom about anything. He's really a down-to-earth guy, very approachable, and he does an incredible job with the town of Schaumburg. So thank you so much for that. Ron Onesti, out of his busy schedule, was kind on even his birthday day. So happy birthday, Ron. Yeah,
happy birthday.
So Ronnie came in also, snuck in as much time as he could. We really do appreciate that. Another guy, my good friend Richie from Seventh Heaven, the best band out of Chicago, in my opinion. Not only was he here, but he made the announcement for the cruise, which we'll be announcing that on the show today. So thank you, Richie, because he's a busy guy. Richie doesn't go out too often. I've known Richie for a while now, and he doesn't go out to a lot of social stuff. He's always in that studio 20 hours, and he's working all the time. So he was kind enough to come to my birthday party last year, and then he was kind enough to come here. So, Richie, thank you for that. And just so cool. Daryl, Sonia, Wendy, and Craig from Imperialux, thank you. Lou and Dana from Airtight Windows. Kelly from Almost Home Foundation with Bamba the dog. How cute was that?
So
unbelievable. Unbelievable. Carlo, my thing. Thank you, Carlo. Jim Early from a la carte, which I didn't get to see because it was so crazy in there. Frankie Setta was there for a little bit. I didn't get to see Frankie, so I was going to call him up. And Kim Peterson again. Jerry Jams, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. My God, it just list goes on. Joey Spins, everybody's showing up there. I want to thank Lori, our server. I want to thank Sharon and Gianna, the bartenders there, Nikki, the manager, for putting it all together, and Ellie Weinhardt. I mean, the list goes on and on. Eric Todd from September Fest. I don't even know if I don't want to forget anybody. Oh, and Double T, Tony Toto, for coming up early and helping me with the speakers, and his lovely wife, Julie. There's my good friend Mary Grievous from NTD Vacations. So let's get with Mary real fast, and then we'll announce the cruise again, folks, which we're so excited about because they've been Seventh Heaven been doing cruises now for 20 years, and this is going to be a good one. So I want to thank Mary for showing up, and even Jeff Hunt was there on via phone somewhere
we saw
where he
him.
was. So it was great seeing Jeff. Mary Grievous, folks, it's that time. Real estate at its finest. Don't just call her when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact her when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent. Mary Grievous at mgrievousstarkre.com. 630-688 630-688-1725. Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. Again, M. Grievous at starkre.com. She's great with relative stuff for real estate, and I'm just flying by here today, guys. So just bear with me here. And of course, NTD Vacations. Now, here's what we got so far, folks. The announcement is made. We don't have all the other bands yet, but we do have this. We do have it locked in stone right here. So everybody, when we went on the last January cruise last year, it was a big sellout. It was huge, and it was big successful. We did it in March, as you know. Spring break, a little harder to get away, a lot more expensive, a lot more expensive just for the airfare alone. Ricky Stokes, how you doing? Jerry Jams, how you doing? I just see Jerry coming up. Jerry, great. I will see you tonight at Tavern on the Point, Edison Park. That's a 7 o'clock hit. All right. So here's what we got for the Chicago Music Cruise 2026. You're going to go to NTD Vacations, folks. Very important to go to. You can give them a call at 877-683-9753 for info. Go to ntdvacations.com. And you also got Mary's number. You can call her at 630-688-1725. Book your cruise. Here it is, folks. Here is the announcement for January 26th Chicago Music Cruise. It's the MSC, brand new ship. Actually, it just goes out, I guess, this summer. It's going out this summer for the first time, launching for the first time. It's owned by Italians. Thank you so much. There you go, Mary. There's the website, ChicagoMusicCruise.com. There's all the information. Kathy, great seeing you last night too. So it's an Italian ship owned by Italian family. It's not Royal Caribbean this year. Richie decided to give it a little break, a little change, because they were doing it for Royal Caribbean for a lot of years. But they're trying this ship here. It's a smaller ship, but it is unbelievable. Here's what we got. It's look it up, folks. Here's the sites are there. The MSC World America is the name of the ship. It's going to be leaving January 17th and coming back January 25th. It's 7 days, 7 nights, whatever it is. It's going to happen January 17th to January 25th. Now, 7-night Western Caribbean cruise. We're going to fly into Miami. Then we're going to go to Honduras, folks. We're going to go to Costa Maya. We're going to go to Cozumel. And then they have a private island called Ocean Cay, which is a private island that's owned by the World American. So right now, we know it's Seventh Heaven. We know it's Tony Ocean and the main event band. On that band will be joining us. Here's the announcement, folks. Jerry Jams, of course. Double T, Tony Toto. And right now, Nick Sahajas, the piano man, will be joining the band right now. We're trying to see if we can get the other two members. Danny hasn't signed up, but we haven't talked to Danny Ramundi yet, or even some of the two. Marty might want to play guitar with us from Mojo's, but in my band. So right now it's Seventh Heaven and Tony Ocean, the music, and Tony Ocean, the main event band. I'm sure there's gonna be more bands, but go right now, folks. The rooms, it's like $800. $800. It's cheap. Get out there. Book it now. Book it now. Mary Margaret, great seeing you and your daughter last night. They make many cruise ships in my town in Montefalone, Italy. Oh, that's right, Emo. They do it. Yeah, so this is a new ship. And I'm going to post it on my page, folks. So you want to join us? You gotta what? How many months before this thing takes off? It's January of next year, but now get it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I know it's at the new Pope to be announced from the Vatican. I'm excited that I think it's the African American Pope who's going to be the new Pope. I think he was up. People were talking about it. They like him because he's also very conservative. He also wants to make sure that God is being spoken everywhere instead of trying to hide it, like everybody else has been doing crazy. But yeah, it is just Crazy stuff. Crazy
Mhm.
stuff. Carol, again. So, what was your take on everything? It was pretty crazy yesterday. Did you
Yeah.
meet? You met some people too, right?
Oh my God, I met so many new people, but I have to say, I'm not a neurotic person by nature at all. I really am not. And I'm not a perfectionist. I'm actually kind of disorganized in some parts of my life. But the part that makes me neurotic, it's only in organizing events. It's in like radio. Like I can't have dead air. I was in radio for 10 years. So I'm a perfectionist and I'm very neurotic. So I got there at 4 o'clock and I brought extra equipment just in case. I was freaking out.
You know
I
what?
was
I was too.
neurotic.
And me, I always throw. I fly by. I've been doing stuff for flying by, and because I used to be like that too,
Yeah,
and I'd be like 2 or 3 days in it before going,
I know. I
oh, and
know.
I would give myself a heart attack.
I
It
know.
was like a little crazy.
So yeah, I borrowed some equipment from a friend that also like is a performer. And I said, I just want to make sure we have enough microphones, an extra speaker, my ring light, the tripod. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. But when I got there, I saw the space where we were going to be, and I was like, this is where we're going to be. And then the restaurateur in me came out, and I said, oh my God. And I told you last week, it's going to be, it's going to get packed. I knew you were going
I,
to have
I didn't know how crowded it was going to be.
I
I
knew it.
knew I knew when I have my core of that I know that I'm so
Mhm.
humbled for that.
Yes.
There was people that came out of the woodwork that I have
Yes.
not seen in a long time,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
was so great to see all you
Yeah.
people to spend a Wednesday night to come out. You could have went anywhere. And you chose to go over there. And granted, it is the Village Tavern, which it gives.
Mhm.
If you've never been there before, the food is great, the
Oh,
service
yeah.
is great.
It's great.
The cocktails, the food was great, but
Mhm.
to get some people to show up that I was, and just the entertainers in town stopped a lot of them that came, and
Yeah. It was
just
great.
to be, it was very cool on that. But once you got the spot, it kind of worked out okay, and it was good. Thank God it was your idea for those mics.
Oh,
I
yeah.
never, I never even would have
No,
thought of that.
that's
I
what
wouldn't
you
even thought
had.
about
Yeah, because no one would have heard. See, I remembered when we did the for the election night, remember? There
that.
was
Yeah.
only like 15 people there sitting in a little area, and we couldn't hear ourselves. They couldn't hear us because we were just talking to the computer. There was no way. That's why I was so paranoid.
Right. That was at Cousins. And you know what? If you think about it, that whole restaurant side was packed
Yeah.
with people. And then
Yes.
when everybody's talking, you're
Yes.
right.
There's
Nobody
no
could
way.
hear back then. So
Uh-uh.
it
No.
worked out perfect. Thank you for that. Great seeing Yolanda last
Oh,
night.
yeah, I met Yolanda.
Yolanda.
She's
Oh,
very
isn't she the
nice.
best?
Yep.
She
Yep.
is so great. All right, we do have the news here, folks. All right, so here is the new pope that was voted on right now. The new pope from Chicago, Cardinal Robert Prevost. Congratulations, the new pope, ladies and gentlemen. He's from Chicago,
Oh,
Cardinal
okay.
Robert Prevost. That's Prevost. Prevost. Now, here is something that I found out, which is weird. They show pictures of the popes,
Mhm.
whatever and they add this picture to the pope. There is no other section for another picture. You heard about this, right?
No.
There's no
No.
other after this pope. There's no other section. They build a section where they put the popes in because they know through certain years they're
Mhm.
gonna whatever happens, whether dies or whatever it is, the new pope like we just got right now. There's a
Okay.
section now. This Robert Prevost, if I'm pronouncing his name, the new pope, Prevost, Prevost.
Okay.
His thing will go up there. His picture, whatever it is. That's it. They're saying there will be no more popes because they predict the end of the world by 2028.
Who's they? That's
The Vatican.
the
The
Vatican?
Vatican. The Vatican's predicting this, and that's why there's not another
Hmm.
section for another pope.
That's a
His
little
support.
dark. That's a little
It's
dark.
very dark. It's
Okay.
very. Thank you, Mary. Mary said it's creepy because it's creepy.
That is creepy. What do they know?
You, yeah. Well, people have been saying, and I don't know. It said 2028 or 2029. That's like 3-4 years from now.
I don't know. I mean, how many times have we've heard things like this, but I'll be honest with you, if I ever was going to believe something like that, I would believe it now
I would
because
believe it from the Vatican.
everything's
I
so
would too.
jacked up and there's no other reasoning behind it. It's like you don't want to ask how much worse can it get? You never want to ask that, right? Never. But It's so bad. There are so many things that are just
It
not
is so bad
okay
because
right now.
you know what? And if you look into history,
Hmm.
uh, the downfall to a lot of civilizations was incense. These guys with the little kids and
Oh, incest, yeah.
guys and women and orgies and I mean whatever. So it happened to it. I don't know all my history, of course, but I mean it's a scary thing. And I didn't even hear about this. I think I forgot. One of my friends told me that. He goes, that's it. It's going to be. They didn't make another section because there's not going to be another pope.
That's scary. And you know what, though? I have to say, I don't want to sound like a preacher or anything, but the devil is everywhere right now. I'm telling you, when you really stop and think about it and you see these unspeakable things that are happening and these people that are going to court and then or doing unthinkable things and being let go, and then they do it to other people and children and trafficking, and I don't even know what's going to happen or who's going to try, and I don't know how can it be fixed. Like, that's the scary
It
part. I
can't
was
be
gonna
fixed.
say,
Yeah. I mean, just in the last month, maybe even longer. There's
mhm,
always been a story about a teacher with the kid, one of his
right,
students.
right.
There was 3 on Tuesday. I mean, and this with look, it's just getting bad. And God, look here. Who said this? Was it Mary? Mary said, "No man knows, only God the Father. Not even Jesus knows when the end of the world is." This is
Right.
what the Vatican predicts. We don't know.
No.
We're not like that guy I told you about on the show. Hello, I am. You send me $58, and I will send you this book to be because God told me I can make you
Yeah.
a millionaire just by sending me $58 in free will. There's a whole show on this guy talking to people. And you know
Oh,
what, Carol? How long those people have been doing that stuff on television? These guys that are
yeah.
giving
People are
the real
paid. They're
yeah,
sending them money.
that are
They're
giving the real pastors or whatever, these evangelists, the ones that
mhm,
are real or trying to do
right,
good,
right.
giving them all a bad name.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. I think people are just too quick to just trust something like that. And I don't know how. I really don't, especially if you really do believe in God. Like, it seems like it's just so easy to tell who's a phony or not. You know what I mean? It's like going to one of those tarot card readers or somebody that does stuff like that. You can tell who's real and who's not.
And the
You
funny
know?
thing about it is, you're absolutely right. I always said this: when people are loud and obnoxious or outspoken, I know I'm
Mhm.
outspoken. I think
Me
you're
too.
outspoken.
Hmm.
We're outspoken in what we do. And
Yeah.
those are the people. My father always told me this. Those are the people you never have to worry about. You
Right.
see them coming a mile away.
And hear
It's
them.
those ones who sit back
Right.
and there's ones that sit back and say shit.
Yes.
They're the
Yes.
ones that end up
Quiet ones.
exploding. Yeah,
Yep.
they end up with a gun going into a school and just start blowing people up.
Knock on wood. Yep. It's
Yeah,
brutal.
it's scary, guys, and you're
Hmm.
right. God only knows, but this is something
Hmm.
that the Vatican, and whether you believe in it or not, or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
congratulations to the brand new Pope, ladies and gentlemen, from Chicago. Thank you, cousin Tommy, for sending that new Pope, Chicago Cardinal, former Cardinal Robert Prevost, Prevost. Thank you so much for that. All right. God, Jennifer Aniston in the news. You hear about
Hmm.
this?
No.
Oh my God. Okay,
What
now
now? Oh
some
God.
guy, some stark crazy fan, obsessed with her back in
Hmm.
2010. So she's been getting letters and stuff for years.
Okay.
Crashed into her mansion right through the gate. Crashed into her mansion. There was some saying that she went inside the house. I guess if one of the other times it happened a couple of times. Took a shower in her shower and slept in her bed while she
What?
wasn't there. I mean,
She needs
and
better
then
security. First of all, she needs better security if this shit's
yeah,
happening.
and they
So
were asking. I forgot one of the. I forgot the name of another celebrity. They forgot her name, but she was interviewed. How do you feel about people like this stuff that's
mhm,
happening to? And they
yeah.
go, well, it's kind of part of the business. Kind of
I mean,
part of being business. You hear about stalkers all the time when they
Yeah.
certain women actresses and certain men actresses. You hear it about all the time.
Mhm. Yeah, but stalkers, they send letters. I mean, stalkers will, paparazzi's part of the business, weirdos, but somebody getting into your house, taking a shower in your house, getting that's close. That's a little too close for comfort. I get it
That
that you
is
don't
a
have
little too close.
privacy, but somebody
Yeah.
in your home, like I said, she's a gazillionaire, get some security. Like, I
Oh,
don't, how are they getting past into these
oh yeah,
people's
yeah.
houses?
You're at, how are they getting past this? Well, he crashed his car through it. Obviously, got
Yep,
arrested.
part
Let me
right.
let me also correct myself. I'm sorry. Thank you, Jerry. All right. So he was Pope Leo. I'm sorry, formerly Cardinal Provost of the United States. So I'm getting Jerry's information and I'm getting Tommy Vena's. So I'm getting two different things. So like, whatever it is, look it up. You'll find out who the new pope is. But what I'm trying to say is, I mean, been stalking her for a long time, and you hear
Yep.
about a lot of celebrities.
I'd like to find out who maybe Channing Tatum should get Jennifer Aniston security, and then maybe I can go take a shower in his house. I need to find out who has her
Yeah,
security.
right. I mean, it's crazy. Ronnie B. Elvis, great seeing you and the Deborah yesterday. Thank you, Ronnie B. I appreciate it. But that happens not only to celebrities, that happens to women in general and men in general in
Yeah.
life.
I mean, everybody I once in a while has a stalker, but yesterday I was sitting at my little table there waiting for everybody to start getting there. And as everybody was filing in and I was sitting at the table with my little Prosecco there, somebody said, "Oh, wow, you're helping with the sound." I mean, I don't know a lot about sound. I was just helping where I could.
Yeah.
And this guy, and I just happened to say, I'm a team player. And this older gentleman was walking out of the bathroom right there. And he looked at me, goes, "Oh, and he was like real, like very pervert. And he goes, and I go, "Not your team." I go, I was so rude. I was like, "No, not that team, not your team. Move along." But he was like stopped to come over to me when I said I'm a team player. They're creeps sometimes. People are creepy. They really are.
And the funny thing about it, it's the ones you sometimes least expect.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's scary. In
It
my
is.
past and history of people I've known through the past and stories that you hear,
Mhm.
it is just a pretty scary situation in
Yeah.
this world. And I don't know how women do it. I feel bad for women. I know men
Carrie
get stuck
Mace.
too.
Carrie
Yeah,
Mace. Or
Mace.
Knight,
Well,
or whatever.
yeah, yeah. But it's
Stick it
also
in your purse.
the younger generation of kids. You got to worry about when you have a daughter, when you have a kid like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
These psychos are everywhere, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
They are.
Psychos are everywhere. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things, folks. Again, thank you for helping the 5-year anniversary last night at Village Tavern. A big success. I appreciate it all. General for being there and everybody. I can't even think of a lot of all the names. I try to write them all down, but I appreciate all from the bottom of my heart. It's so humbling. It really is.
Mhm.
Couple other things. The Yankees won 12-3. I was happy that we watched the Cubs game 2 days ago where they won. They were losing. They tied it in overtime, 5-5, and then they got blown out of the water like 15-5.
Yeah.
Wow, it was horrible. And the Knicks won again, beating Boston Bruins in the second, Boston Celtics in the second round of the NBA with 91-90. Very, very cool. All right, we got another interesting story that we'll bring up very shortly. But in the meantime, since we were talking about my good friend Louis Pipes, him and Dana showing up last night, I want to thank, of course, Airtight Windows. We're going to switch it around a little bit here today. Our good friend, some Airtight Windows. So I'm trying to find Louis here. And then I also want to be able to get a chance to thank, right after this, we'll do it. Airtight Windows, folks. If you're looking for new windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Serving Chicagoland for 35 years. Do it right with Airtight Windows. Call Louis Pipes at 708-785-5000. And tell them Tony O sent you. There's other sponsors that were sponsors in the past, and some of our still sponsors. We don't talk that much about them, but Almost Home Foundation for Dogs. Kelly was there again. Our good friends, my good buddy Bernie DeMayo, my publicist Bernie. That's right, 312-217-5658. It was just great seeing I'm just mind-boggling here of everything that's going on over here. It's a little nuts, but we're here today. It's a great day, and we got a busy week. Like I said, tonight we'll be at Tavern on the Point, Edison Park. Me and Jerry Jams. It is a 7:00 hit. Tomorrow, Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg, and Saturday will be at Eaglewood Resort in Itasca. And then we have Mother's Day. We're going to be at Ronald and Estes Club Arcata Speakeasy for Mother's Day brunch. Very, very cool. I'm excited about that. It's a lot of fun. Carol, you hear about Smokey Robinson now in the we also want to thank Trico Hair Experts, Anthony and Carmela. Thank you, 773-999-7888. And my good buddy Sal, who couldn't make it last night, from Deutsch Power Center, servicing the construction and diesel industry for many years. Sal was one of our very first sponsors. Also, Sonny Gorelli. Thank you, Gorelli Pavement. Was also so Roy McCampbell, law firm. And these are just guys who were sponsors through the 5 years that we've been doing this. So thank you guys all for what you've done. Smokey Robinson again now. He's got a $50 million lawsuit. 4 women said he was were sexually abused. Smokey Robinson, big Motown singer, so many great songs. They're just hammering. Of course, some of these guys are just sick.
It's power. It's their power. What they get the power. I'm going to sound like Scarface right now. Then you get the money. Then you get the money. Then you get the women. I mean, it's sickening, but it's just a power trip. You know,
4 women that work for him. 4 women that work for him. First of all, he paid them all minimum wage.
Oof.
Come on. He would stay. They said one or a couple of them. He would call them into the bedroom, thinking they needed something. I need something, and here he is sitting naked in the bed. They walk in, he locks the door and he attacks them.
What makes somebody, I'm sorry, but it is mostly men that this happens with. Okay. I'm not generalizing, but it is what it is. I just don't understand what gives some of these guys, what makes them think that they can just do that and get away with it. I just, how are they?
They have been, Carol, look at Weinstein. The director, the firm director, Harvey Weinstein. Look at him. Look at Bill Cosby. All those years watching Angel Open and watching him and the husband, right? Wherever the hell it is. And he's been doing this to people that you don't think. We never thought Smokey Robinson, the king of Motown.
Or Bill Cosby. Or Bill Cosby. He loved the guy. And he's putting date rape drugs. Is that what he's doing in women's drinks and taking advantage of them? Listen, people aren't lying about that. I know that there are a lot of people out there, women that lie, opportunists, because, when somebody starts to make money, they're rich, they want to make their money while they can and put all these accusations out there. But these people aren't lying. It starts coming out in droves. 1 or 2 people say it, then others, their stories corroborate, and it's not a lie. So what gives these guys, why do they think they could do it and get away with it? Is it, do they turn into creeps after? This is what I wonder. Do they turn into sick Fs after they become rich and have the power? Or were they always sick Fs? I'm trying not to swear as much as I normally do. I wonder what comes first.
I think they are. I think that's in them. And when they get a chance to do it, to get away, I don't think you just become one. I think it's in your nature. Carol Minotti, great seeing you last night. Robin Schneider and Dave, great seeing you. Dana, great seeing you, and Gabriel last night. I met Smokey Robinson once in Bolingbrook Golf Club. If he did this, I hope he gets prosecuted to the fullest extent. Here's what I'm trying to say. This happens while they were working for him. Now they don't work for him anymore.
But that's abuse of power. First, I mean, I know now it's a long time ago, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the court system clearly is broken.
Yeah, and I can't answer this because I don't know. But why do sometimes women wait till afterwards to come out and say, I was molested, blah, blah, blah? Now they're afraid, they're threatened. I'm sure a lot of times they're threatened, right?
Yes. Yeah. And they don't want to lose we don't know what situation they're in at the time, and they need their job. They probably are women that obviously, I'm guessing might not have been married because, they'll go home and tell their husbands, right? Or if their husband's taking care of the bills or is supporting the household, a lot of these women are probably, they prey on them because they probably are single moms. They probably are people that have been abused already. These sick fucks they prey on women and girls like this.
Yes.
So they don't want to lose their job, and then they're not going to believe them. Then they're going to get fired. It just, you are put in such a bad position with this abuse of power. I've seen it happen. I've seen it actually happen. And it's so sad because these women sometimes feel like, no, I can't say anything. I mean, I've had friends, people I know, that it's kind of, you're at a very unhealthy place at your workplace and they don't want to say anything because they're like, I can't lose my job. What if they don't believe me? What if my name starts getting out there? It's like you're blackballed. It's a really horrible situation to be in, really. So, yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. And a lot of people are afraid for their lives, or like you said, and they get they get a black name, blackball too. Oh, she said this, she's starting trouble, she's doing all this. If you look back at a lot of those, cases and stuff, a lot of times the woman was right.
Mm-hmm.
The woman was
right. I mean, most cases.
After that. Most cases, right. Diana says PTSD and suppression.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of women have that. Everybody, men, women, veterans,
everybody. It's not
children,
just women. It's not
everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody. It is. Look at this. Girl was chained in a basement for years. Years, mind you. A girl was chained in a basement for years and sex trafficked. She survived by drinking puddle water. A Wisconsin man is accused of child sex abuse, false imprisonment after a young girl told authorities he held her in his basement for several occasions where he sexually assaulted, trafficked her, and the way she survived is drinking puddle water.
And there's your PTSD.
Keeping somebody locked up in chains.
So what happened to him? What happened?
Well, you're going to go to court now.
Okay.
What are they going to say? Okay, he's going to go to court. Is he insane? He's going to say he's insane. He's going to get a good lawyer. What's going to happen to these people? And then they put him right back out on the street again, Carol, to do it again. And this is a kid, mind you. This is a kid.
He should never be able to get out. That the guy that had killed him. I talked about this case a few weeks ago about the guy. Finally, it came to his case came up and they sentenced him. He's like a 73-year-old guy, Joe Zuba. I'm just guessing that's Joseph Zuba, I think his name was. He was a landlord in Plainfield that murdered that little Muslim boy. He was stabbed him 26 times. Okay. That came up in court about 3 weeks ago. Remember, I was telling you about that lawyer who was defending him.
Yeah.
But then I found out he was the one that approached me, that he was a public defender. And then that, which then I find out that when you do stuff like that, pro bono and public defending, when you're a profile attorney or high price attorney, that's how you get your benefits. You can get your health insurance and all that. Right. So listen, you're not doing it out of, first of all, not even the kindness of your heart. You were defending the person, whether you got paid for it or not, you were defending them. And then when I read the story, when it came out, this defense attorney was trying to have the jury believe that the mother, who this guy stabbed 12 times, tried to kill her son. She's the one that killed her son. That's what the defense attorney said. That's what I read. Let's just say this. I read it in the story online that is what the defense attorney tried to get the jury to believe, that the mother killed her own son. She was stabbed a dozen times. And then the guy has cancer. So he got 30 years for just 30 years. I don't care if he's 73, but 30 years for 26 times stabbing a 6-year-old Muslim boy, hate crime. Okay. The guy has stage 4 cancer. Who gives a shit? Okay. Then the defense attorney, the pro bono, whatever the public defender he is, he was trying to get him because while he was awaiting trial in the pretrial, he was getting chemotherapy. Okay. Do you know how many people are dying from cancer that can't afford health insurance, that are good law-abiding parents in this world? This makes me want to kill spit. So he was getting that. And he tried to say now if he goes to prison, he may not get chemotherapy. Right there, who gives a shit? He killed
Right
a
there.
6-year-old.
Absolutely. You've been getting it for free now. You've been
Yep.
getting for now. For now, you know what? Karma is a bitch. We talk about it all the time, Carol. Karma is a bitch, and it will come back to you and has no calendar. I don't know how many times we have to talk about it. Fuck this guy. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm sorry, guys, that we get a little mouthy sometimes, but that's what it is. Crazy. You're watching Ocean Spit. It's Toxic Thursday. It tells it like it is, whether you like it or not. David, how are you doing, my friend? Jeff Hunt, what's up? Patrice, great seeing you and some of the former Honey Bears last night. Thank you. Kathy Ippolito, looking forward to seeing you Friday. Kathy coming in from Santa Barbara, California. Kathy on Friday. All right. What do we got here? A couple other things here, which is interesting. P. Diddy. We're talking about another guy with power. Sean P. Diddy Combs on Thursday formally rejected the government's offer to plead guilty and spare himself the possibility of a prolonged prison sentence.
Read that again. What did he do?
One more time. He formally rejected the government's offer to plead guilty and spare himself the possibility of a prolonged. So he said, no, I'm going to take it to court.
He's not guilty. He's saying he's not guilty.
They said, let's get out of this. He still says he's not guilty.
Of course he's not.
That is going to be very interesting to see what happens with that. Once that goes, it's going to be like an OJ or the Johnny Depp trial where everybody was watching. Remember? It's going to be huge.
Yeah, it is.
Crazy. These stories that people send in. 2010, after the drug testing lab went bankrupt, Tandler had defaulted on $24 million loan tied to the facility, leaving animals trapped inside to starve. These are drug testing things where they test these new drugs on animals before obviously they give them to humans. Well, this place, the place went bankrupt. They got no more government funding. They just closed up shop, but left all the animals in there to starve and die.
I mean, they didn't care to begin with, but I don't know.
There's
a special place in hell for people that hurt children and animals. Special place in hell for people that do that.
I agree with you 100%. And there's a lot of people that would all be believing the same thoughts there. Larry Gilpin, yeah, right. Jeff Hunt, this update on my good buddy Jeff. He's off to Atlanta later tonight. All right, my buddy Jeff. I hope Buc-ee's was good. I thought it was, he said, look, when I talked to him, he goes, Tony, I'm taking the guys to Buc-ee's.
I thought it was a gas station.
Strip joint.
It's a gas station. Like,
it's a gas station. It's like Wally's.
I knew that's what it was. And then you said strip club, and I was like, what? Oh, I thought it was Buc-ee's. This is a cool place.
What? Right. I didn't know. I know Wally's. I know Wally's is one I went to when we went camping. I thought, okay, he's taking that way because he said, I'm taking the band to Buc-ee's. I'm going to let loose. I'm going, we're going to a strip joint, obviously. No, they're going to a gas station.
It is, but it's not a gas station. We went when we went to came home from Nashville, when we went for the Josie Awards. Gina's daughter's like, we're going to Buc-ee's. It's like a very famous, they're famous types of places.
Yeah, it's like Wally's. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's huge. It's got everything there. Where's Jeff trying to keep a straight face? There you go. Absolutely. Oh, Jeff, be safe in what you're doing out there, buddy. Can't wait to see you when you get back. All right. Get this. Interesting. Canadian man goes missing from Nashville, from a Nashville bar. Wakes up in a field 30 minutes away with no phone and no wallet. 30-year-old Taylor Bylord, visiting from Vancouver for a hockey tournament, disappeared early Saturday morning after partying with teammates at a rooftop bar on Broadway. A teammate last recorded him dancing an unknown woman, but Boylan vanished shortly after. His phone was later found abandoned near Bridgestone area.
The arena.
Over 36 hours later, he was discovered in a McDonald's parking lot. No phone, no wallet.
Well,
so what do you think happened there?
I think he should be happy that he didn't wake up with his ass hurting, because I'm telling you right now, that woman was probably a man, first of all. And he's lucky that, he wasn't feeling any pain there, because, he got taken to the bank and whatever else.
Look, I know a couple friends, and I don't mention names. I know a friend of mine who went to Las Vegas, Had spent some money with his buddies, had a good time, blah, blah, blah. Decided to get a little lady for the
Yeah.
night. Lady, now he won some money, so she was with him the whole
Yeah.
time. Went back to
Lady
the
luck.
hotel. They did what they did. He fell asleep. He woke up. He had no watch, no phone, no cash.
Surprise.
You're an
Yeah.
idiot, gentlemen.
Yeah.
You're idiots. Francine, Bucky's is the only gas station that I spend
Yes.
$300 at and never get
Yes,
gas.
that's happened to me too.
There you go.
Yep.
I could see that when we went to
Mhm.
Wally's. I could see that. It's a grocery store. It's a department store. It's
Yeah.
got
Homemade
everything in here.
food. A ton of homemade food. Good stuff too.
It's got
Oh,
food there
homemade.
too. Yeah, no matter what. We're nowadays. Okay, I don't know. This is probably not, is this appropriate joke? I don't care. It's a blonde joke. It's
cares?
funny. You might think it's funny. You might not. So hold your ears. A blonde lady asked her gynecologist, "Why do I keep finding postage stamps from Costa Rica in my you-know-what?" The doctor replied, "Those aren't postage stamps. They're the stickers that came on the banana."
That's funny.
All right, speaking of Bucky's, there you go. Calling illegal aliens undocumented immigrants is like calling heroin dealers undocumented pharmacists.
Okay. Okay.
You gotta love it. Yep. Interesting stuff. What else we got over here? I'm going to even pass all the politics stuff that we got. I can't believe how much of it has been coming up and things that they're finding right now. Adultery is a sin.
Okay.
You can't have Kate. You can't have Kate and Edith too.
That's a put-up for sure.
You can't have. That's a good one. That's good. All right. Ask a millionaire how he did it, how or she did it. Did you ever ask a millionaire how they made money?
I have.
It's meeting people. Have you ever went up to somebody? All right. This is what it said. It's interesting. Number 5, sit down at a table where they're talking about self-growth and money goals, not other people.
Yeah.
Number 4, a man who lacks purpose will distract himself with pleasure. That's on the line there. Number 3, never go back to a person who cheated. Number 2, money attracts the woman you want. Struggles attracts the woman you need.
I like that. I love that actually.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And number 1, never beg for a seat when you can build your own table.
Yes.
Never beg for a seat.
Yes.
When you can build your own table.
I'm learning that right now.
Those are pretty
I'm learning
cool.
that right now in my life. I really am. That's just do it yourself. You know, you can try.
Yeah, well, you're trying to do what you got to do. Yeah. I got it. And everybody goes through stuff, folks. We're all going through that. There you go. Yeah. You know what? The people you're getting comments on your hat. Carol, what does the hat actually say?
So this is a K, and it's a K. It's like,
okay.
But it says Karl, so it's Karl Lagerfeld. So I love the Karl Lagerfeld brand, but I also these are rhinestones, and I like bling, but I also my hat.
Okay.
And it also kind of looks like Carol, so I was like, why not? So I treated myself.
There you go. You see, sometimes people, like a lot of people, can wear these fashion stuff, and for me, being an old school guy, I have no clue what some of this stuff is. It's like we were talking yesterday about the K. You can't respond with K instead of KK or all that stuff now when people text. Right. Yeah, crazy. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Toxic Thursday. Me and Carol Brandolino, folks. You know what? Let's get to, if we can, real fast. It's the weather because it's. That time brought to you by our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. This is the weather brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware stores. This is the weather for May 8th. It's 57 degrees right now here in Chicago, folks. 57 humidity, 12 miles per hour. It is Sunday, a little windy out there. No rain scheduled in the forecast today. That is brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Minute, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Thank you, Raffaello and Jackie. Great seeing you guys last night. Hallmark cards are made in China. American greeting cards are made in Ohio. We need to start spending, posting stuff like this so people will buy American.
Yeah.
I think it's important, Carol. I think it's important. I think we're going in the right direction right now. Um, it's just a crazy world right now, and you hear about so much things that are going on. It's pretty nuts. It really
Yeah.
is. I don't know. I'm afraid for the younger generation. I'm afraid for my
Yep.
kids and their
Yeah.
grandkids.
Me too.
You have
Yeah.
to, right? You have to.
It's uncertain, too uncertain. I mean, there was no guarantees before in life, right? But it's so uncertain times right now. You don't know what to tell your kids. Like, you almost don't want to tell them you have to go to college and you have to do this and know what you're going to do right now, because things are so changing so much and you don't even know if there's going to be jobs out there. Like, you got to go for the jobs right now that maybe that technology isn't going to take, right? But if we're talking about doctors and surgeons that they're going to have machines and robots doing their job, what do you do? What do you look for? What do you go to school for?
It's a scary thing. I was just reading something. I was shocked when this came up, and I'm gonna go back to some of the early stories here. Wait, I was completely shocked when I seen this, and if you heard this story here, it's mine. Okay, well, we'll get back to that. That could be the second one, but I was just Googling through stuff and trying to find stories for today, and some of this stuff came up, and it was about the first human. Oh, hold on here. I'm sorry. I wasn't even going to get to this story today. That's why I didn't pull it up, but we're kind of talking about here. World's first AI child was born in Mexico through IVF fertilization by an automated AI system.
I don't even understand that. Like, I'm very serious when I ask this question. I'm not even trying to be funny. Where did the sperm come from?
Yeah.
I don't even understand right now. Like, for IVF, you need sperm, right? To then inject it into the,
right.
But what's
Exactly.
the AI?
They show the robot. Look, they even show the robot with made the baby. This is the future, though. That's what I'm trying to say. What about women or women that can't have babies anymore? Or what about men who can't give their sperm, whatever the hell it is, blah, blah, blah. Now it can just pick it up and like get on your laptop and like ordering a burger. It's like boy, blonde hair, blue eyes, yeah.
I don't even know what to say. I really don't.
That's what I mean. It's mind-boggling. And then you see these crazy things. New men's birth control blocks sperm for 2 years. New male birth control, injectable blocks sperm for 2 years, moves to phase 2, human trials in Australia. So I guess you take a pill and you can't get somebody pregnant for 2 years.
So it's like
that's what
birth control pill that a woman takes, right? They take the pill and they can't, it's 99%, 0.9% guaranteed, but nothing ever is.
Right. But what we're saying is it's all going to be
birth
easy.
Control for
it's all going to be like
men could be very easy. All you have to do is just make them stay home with the kids 4 or 5 days a week, or somebody else's kids, and they won't even try to get somebody pregnant ever again. They'll wrap it. That's birth control for men.
Yeah. I agree. It's pretty interesting. And you know what? I've been reading a lot of stuff too, because I think more men. Like, remember we had the list of how many men do the laundry,
that was
how many
interesting
men
article.
do the dishes and stuff like that. That was very interesting because like you said, people are working 2 jobs now. It's a little bit more different, and it makes a little sense there, folks. There was one other thing I had to mention here, folks. I'm sorry I didn't have it planned because I wasn't going to mention it today, but it came up, and we were just talking about some interesting stuff about, when you go to Las Vegas, here, you can go to Vegas to get anything you want. You can bet on anything in Las Vegas. You can buy anything you want in Las Vegas, whatever it is. You know what Las Vegas is doing right now, folks? After making a splash in Los Angeles, the Conover new interactive sport is heading to Las Vegas. You can bet on sperm racing. After making a splash in Los Angeles, the new interactive sports sperm racing is heading to Las Vegas for the next big event. Real sperm samples are tracked in a lab to see which reaches the finish line first. The startup backup is $1 million funding.
You know what I would want to do?
What?
Name the sperm. the name the sperm that are racing. That could be funny. Okay.
Yeah, that would be funny. And this is what I'm talking
Oh,
about, the future of what's going on in this crazy world right now. Everything is out. It's just
how
nuts.
bored.
It's so
How bored are
mind-boggling to
people
me.
to watch
Uh,
sperm race? What the fuck? You have nothing better to do or spend your money on?
we got to bet on something, right?
Throw your
Yeah.
money
There was a
away.
guy I remember that used to come in. Yeah, there was a guy who used to come in Jilly's all the time. He was such a degenerate gambler. I mean,
Yeah.
anything. How many sips it took to get rid of your
Oh
your
my-
drink? What color? He used to ask the waitresses, "What? I'll give you $100 of guess their underwear color or their bra color. All you have to do is show
Oh,
the strap."
okay.
You know what I mean? But this guy was crazy.
Holy
And you know, have you ever had a vice? You ever have a vice like as growing up? Did you have something that you were crazy about, like a vice?
You know what? I don't know. Not really. That's the thing. I never think, God, I never had a vice like that was bad or like made me broke or I don't know.
Right, or even good. A vice could be good though
Oh,
too. Anything that you did, it could be
hmm,
good too. It doesn't have to be bad. Like like I like cocktails. Back in the day, I
okay.
partied.
Okay.
Back in the
Well,
day,
I
we
mean,
all partied. A lot of people like. I never
no, me neither.
gambled. Was never
Me
into
neither.
gambling. Uh, a lot of people, vices could be golfing.
Well, I'll
A lot of people could be too
I
much
used to steal
golfing.
my mom's car when I was 13 to 15 years old every weekend, and I like to drive. That was a problem.
There's a vice.
But
Okay,
I love driving.
there
I
was
do. I always love driving
there
and
there
listening
was
to
a
music.
vice. All right, there you go. See,
I was a thief, I guess.
there you go.
So,
Yeah, so there it is. Folks, it's been now listen, I've been exhausted, so I will not be doing the show tomorrow. I'm
good for
taking
you.
Friday off. I'm laying low. I'm gonna be back, but I'll be back in the studio on Monday, folks, and then Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino next week. And but again, we're just gonna get what am I forgetting here? Oh yeah, we're forgetting two more quick sponsors, folks. Our good friend Wendy and Craig last night showed up. Our good friends from Imperialux. Thank you, Wendy and Craig, for being there, folks. Imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement reality with lifetime income. Give them a call. Wendy Thompson, Craig Colligan, help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Give them a call at 630-890-1213. Book them on Canley and get a free consultation and start building the retirement you deserve. That's Imperialux with 630-890-1213. And, of course, Jack Vana Landscaping, my good buddy Tommy, who was out of town. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, springs, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They plant design, service, installation, servicing the North Shore for 50 years. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266. Thank you, Jack.
So
Vana
let me say
Landscaping.
something real quick.
We
Let
had
me
a
say
great
something real
time.
quick before, just because
Go ahead.
I didn't get a chance to really say it
Yes.
yesterday because you were so busy and you had so many guests and so many people came out. But like Ron Onesti said, when he came up there, the man teleports. First of all, he teleports. He probably is a Jetson. He has a
I think so.
Jetson.
Well, you know what? There's an AI guy. I bet you there's two or three of
And
them.
I told him
There's
if
two
you
or
ever
three.
want to give up, you need a clone. I'll do it. Like I'll do that. I'll clone. You could clone me. And I'll be another Ron.
There you
But
go.
he was
There
right.
you go.
You know, congratulations. First of all, from me to you, just congratulating you on 5 years. I think that is huge because you know what? You're a very humble person. I think I always speak very highly of you. People ask, how is he? How is he? You know, different people ask questions. And, you know, you've been nothing but a gentleman. You've been nothing but a kind friend. And we didn't know each other. Now, of course, we know each other a lot more and a lot better. But you're a great interviewer. People, this is why they all came out. You're genuine, you're real. And because it shows that you care, you just when you perform, and I'm not kissing your ass, you know that, but when you're out there performing on stage, you're happy, you're having a good time. You make people happy because you're enjoying it. When you're here talking to people, you're being real, you're down to earth. And this is why people came out. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is why. And I'm really happy for you guys. And you and Laura cracked me up. And, I told her, I can't help it. And I feel like a real jerk saying this, but when he gets pissed off about the dogs barking and he's like, what the shit? That's like the best part of the show for me. So unfortunately, your aggravation is our entertainment sometimes, but it's real.
There you go.
So you
and
deserve
people are
it.
waiting for me to screw up like that when I go live, and I admit, and I think, thank you for your kind words, by the way. Thank you, and everybody that's watching. I can't begin to think of all the people that showed up last night, and you guys, a lot of them knew the trivia questions, which was pretty interesting too. And I hope you guys got the Tony Ocean CDs and the T-shirts. But again, Village Tavern on Wise Road in Schaumburg. Had to be almost 100 people there combined between that room in the back and everybody that showed up. Again, the sponsors and the guests, everybody that made our 5-year anniversary very special. From my heart, I thank you all. I don't know if I can give everybody a wish, I would do it. Joanne Lulo, Laura Mizzi, thank you. Great seeing you guys last night. Just the point of everybody being there again. It's mind-boggling. It really is. It's very humbling, and I don't want to get emotional because I do get emotional quick. Anyway, so let's forget about that for a minute. Don't forget tonight, Tavern on the Point, Edison Park, Chicago Prime Friday, Eaglewood on Saturday, and Sunday around Estes Club, Arcata Speakeasy, which I heard they have over 200 reservations already. I figured it's Mother's Day. You're going to take your ma to a nice little brunch. It's going to be very, very cool. Next Wednesday, we'll be at the Alley, the Carnival Restaurant, Fulton Market, downtown Chicago. Rat Pack show. That's a 7 o'clock hit. And then next Thursday, Rockin' Ravioli at the Arcata Theater with Ocean's Rat Pack. I've never played that room. It'll be the first time, and I've been with Ron. The first time the Rat Pack is playing that room. First time I did a private party there once, but that was it. So that's going to be a 7:30 show. That's the 15th, and then we're there week after that. We got 2 dates in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, because people keep asking me when are we going to Lake Geneva. On May 21st, we'll be at the Getaway, the French Country Inn, on a Wednesday, kicking off the summer festivities. It's a beautiful place right on Route 50 there in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Then the 25th will be at the Thirsty Parrot, Lake Como from 2 to 5 with the main event band. And then later on that night, I'll be at the Bigfoot Country Club. That's at 8 o'clock, but that's a private affair. But anyway, it's going to be busy in Lake Geneva. A lot of summer stuff coming up. And
can't wait for summer. I can't wait.
Summer, me either. We got to go. But before we go, folks, let's thank some birthdays for May 8th. Mick Mars of Motley Crue celebrating a birthday. Mr. Ron Onesti from Onesti Entertainment, kind enough to stop by yesterday. And again, happy birthday, Ron. I hope you're watching on the rerun. Mick Ronson from Mata Hoople, David Bowie Band celebrating a birthday. Let's see. What the hell is that? Oh, Captain Tease. Or Taze from former Chicago Blackhawk. I don't even know if he's still a Blackhawk. It's his birthday today, 37 years old. How about the country? Rome. Rome is 2,778 years old. Rome. Wow, I never thought. Jilly Rizzo, the father of my good friend Willie Rizzo, his father, Jilly, of course, was named after Jilly's downtown. He passed away many years ago. Mel Brooks is 98 years old. Ted Lane. Ted Lane, he was the bartender in Love Boat.
Oh, his real name? No.
Gopher. Wasn't Gopher. I don't know. Somebody will tell me eventually. Anyway, happy birthday. Bob Seger, 80 years old. Steve Adler from Guns N' Roses celebrating a birthday. Jeff Bridges is 76. Goldie Hawn is celebrating a birthday. Gavin McGavin of Great Night Stalker, one of my favorite TV shows, and Kurt Loder from MTV. He was one of the guys who turns 80 years old today. Guys, buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. I want to thank, again, our good friends from Ace Hardware. And again, folks, check out the new Chicago Music Cruise happening January 17th to January 25th. We're going to put up on the board on our page today, and then you'll be hearing about it every day. So sign up because it's $800. That's for 7 days. You can't beat it. And airfare will be cheap too because it's January. Yes. It'll be cheap. It'll be fun, and we're gonna have a good time. Seventh Heaven, Tony Ocean, the main event band, etc. Guys, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. And thank you again from the bottom. Be kind to everybody, man. Be humble, because first of all, you can't make everybody happy. And if you're offended with anything that we hear on this show or on a radio, on a TV, change the channel. And just because you're offended does not mean you're right.
Yeah.
Correct. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday. I will be no show tomorrow. I'm going to relax. So God bless you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Carol, you have a great weekend too. Guys, everybody, peace and love, Ringo Starr says. We appreciate it very much, and you have a great one. God bless everybody. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
It's the end of the show. See you later from town.
God bless you, everybody. Again, I can't begin to thank you all for making 5 years memorial with Ocean's Pit. And we hope I can last another 5 years. And that's only going to happen with people like you. Special shout out to my wife, Laura Ocean, Carol Brandolino. Thank you guys, our co-host, and all the sponsors and all the old celebrity, our judges. I'm sorry, former people, guests that were on the show. And just thank you all for making it 5 years. Love you all. See you Monday. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. God bless.